Good evening, everybody. How was your day? Trust it went well. And happy weekend. So we have been on Power BI for a while now. I think by now everybody should have downloaded Power BI. And I've said several times how to download your Power BI. Whether you're going to your Microsoft Office, the store, Office store, or you're going through the internet and you're checking Google and you're looking for Power BI, probably from Softonic or any of those websites that has softwares. So I think by now everybody should have downloaded Power BI. Tomorrow I'll be giving an assignment after we finish Power Query. I think we'll finish Power Query today. I don't think we need to stretch Power Query too much. After we finish tomorrow's class, there'll be an assignment to be submitted before next week, so that we'll get it by the first one for next week. So the assignment is just going to be data cleaning with Power Query in Power BI. So what I'm going to be expecting is you guys, the way you guys uploaded your Excel files, you guys are also going to be uploading your Power BI files. So usually Excel is XLX and Power BI is PBIX. So Power BI is PBIX, that's the file. So you will upload your Power BI files. Now, if you're not able to upload it direct, probably if your portal does not recognize it as a file, what you do is you will zip it. That means I believe everybody knows how to zip files. So you zip the files. That means you are reducing the file size or you are compressing the files. So just zip the file, compress it, and upload it. So, but that will be from, I don't know. I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to work on the portal on weekend, because weekend is not a work day. So most likely it should be Monday. If the portal is operational by tomorrow, it will be after class tomorrow. If not, then it's gonna be by Monday. So let's quickly get into the last part of Power Query Editor. I'm sure that few people have been tired of Power Query, like it doesn't look interesting. But the fact is, you must know Power Query. Except for the fact that some of you can just go and do your editing via Excel. So who can do their editing via Excel? So you may feel like, I don't need to have the thorough knowledge of Power Query. But Power Query does much more. It does much more than all of that. So some people like our friends, our colleagues that likes cleaning your data in Power Query. Why some use Excel, why some uses other things. Well, some cleans it with programming languages. So it depends on what you want. At the end of the day, what floats your boat and you want. So let me just share my screen and let's just go right into it. Let's just finish Power Query today. The ones that are most important for data analysis, and we'll move from there. I think my Google, I don't know, my Chrome just stopped working now. Whatever reason, I don't know. Okay, I think it's back. All right, so let me just share my entire screen. So after class yesterday, what I did was I just saved my Power BI file. I saved the Power BI file. So when I came on board, I just loaded that file that I saved. So like I said, that will be PBIX. That's the Power BI file. That's what is saved as basically. So this is it. This is what we were working on yesterday. So I believe everybody has the data set, the one for the Power BI and the one for the sales data set. I sent as Google Drive link, so that everybody can easily access that. And the first one is also on your portal. So when I loaded the file back, this is what you have. So because we're working on transforming data, so just go back and just continue with transform data. Okay, so that's loading. So what we did essentially was all tools. I have a slide that is on Power Query. Probably just brush the slides when I'm done, because many times I want us to go to the practical aspect of it. Because when at the end of it all, you would not necessarily um, touch or read your slides. But that's why. But I'll just run through it once I'm done with where I am and what we're doing. So the last class we looked at view pivots. From pivots, we removed empty rows, remove blank, remove duplicates, fill, replace value, transpose, merge queries. These merge queries, I wanted to also do append queries. So add columns. So we're in add columns before we ended the class yesterday. So we're using the sales table for that. Sales table here. So what I just did, like I just mentioned, I just saved my file. I just saved it. So just save. Okay, probably when I'm done, I'll just show you guys that. I just saved the file and I just went back there as Power BI file. So this is sales column we're using. Before we continue, I think we have a little bit more time today. Can I ask you guys, do anybody have any questions so far on Power Query? If you have any questions so far, you can just open your mic and you can ask your question. Power Query editor, so far so good. Do anybody have any question on that? So let me just treat that because it could look a little bit confusing or a little bit tedious. Power Query and like that. So does anybody have any questions so far that you want to ask? So you can ask your question now. And just open your mic and ask a question. So let's just have those questions. All right. So as I continue, you guys can just I won't see my I won't see my meets. I won't see any signal there. So if you want to ask a question, just unmute your mic when you're ready to ask a question. So far, so good. Any question on Power Query Editor, then we'll address that. So let me go back to this. So this is what I wanted to open this actually. So when you save, I saved my Power BI file. This is why I just saved as class. So you can see Microsoft Power BI desktop 719 KB. So you look at that. So this is basically it. I just saved the whole thing when we were almost done yesterday. So after class, I'll just show you guys how to save it and you can resume it. So it's not as if I went to go and import that data back from Excel. No, I just can see that the way the file looks. I don't know, can I make this bigger? Do my control. Okay. So you can see the way it is, the way it looks like. This is the way it's going to look like. So that's the Power BI file, is PBIX. That's the file type once it's saved. So let me just cancel that. So we're in add columns yesterday. So let's go back to the transform data. So we're adding columns. Wait, wait, wait. Removed columns. I'm checking the last thing in my applied steps. So removed columns. I don't know which columns I was removing. So, but I know we were in custom column yesterday. We added custom column yesterday. So probably I should just start from there as we continue. This gross, yeah, was a custom column. So if you click on gross, let me see, table column added, custom one, cost price. Okay. Let me remove this cross and just start from there. We just start from the cross. Let me just move this. So columns, we go to add column here. So we're in custom column, yes. yesterday. So click on that. You have this here. So you can name it. So if you can name it anything you want to name it. So I named it gross. So let me just start from there. So gross. I come to your custom column formula. You come to your custom column formula. So I will take that. Gross is simply quantity times price. So let's look for quantity here. This is quantity. You can either double click it, and double click it, you see quantity multiplied by price. Let's go to price over here. Price. Now I'm not going to double click. I'm going to use another way. I'm going to insert. So if you insert it like this and you click OK, so that's the formula. So you have it's calculating that and you have gross here. I remember that this is your data types. I don't know why I should not be ABC because it's just numbers. So you can make it whole numbers here like this. So that's whole numbers. So that's it basically. So many a times, your profiling is always based on your first 1,000 rows. If you look at this down left, you can see. I wish Google Meet has pointers. I think I'm usually used to Zoom having pointers and whiteboard and stuff like that. So you can see down here, column profiling based on top 1,000 rows. If I click it, I can make it be based on the entire data set. So that's just the custom profiling that I showed you in the view. If you click custom profile now, you can see the details of your entire data set down here. So you can change it from first 1,000 rows. It counted the first 1,000 rows anyway. So let's just take that off. So I showed you guys yesterday to check the integrity of your data set. You can do custom quality. You'll see the null, the empty ones, and stuff like that. You can use the column distribution. You can have it up here. Sometimes when you automatically load data here, it depends on your settings. Sometimes it automatically appears. So don't get yourself confused. Don't feel like this was not done. Why is my data set showing some bars up there? And just take it off. If you take off your custom your column distribution. So that's basically the under add column. Okay, that's basically the custom column. So now let me leave custom column. I can remove this. I can still remove this and this. Let me remove this. So let me go to conditional column. So click on conditional column. Like the name entails or the name describes, conditions. We know we need conditions in Excel. We say if something is greater than something, return this result for me. Those are conditions. So the same thing with conditional column. You are giving it conditions. Like now, let me cancel this. Like now, if you see this very well, when you look at your left, you realize that there's sales date here. There's sales date here. So you have customer ID here, you have sales date here. So in this sales date, you have 2020, you have 2019, and the rest. Let me just click filter. Let me see. I'm using filter now. So you know the same way Excel was. You know Excel and Power BI from Microsoft anyway. So if you click on this drop down arrow, then you have filter. I'm looking at the date range. So we have 2020 is incomplete, yeah, because I'm showing the top 1,000 rows. I hope it's not hang because I'm missing this right now. Load more. I want to see. I want to. It's back. So you can see 2018, 2019, 2020, and stuff like that. That's the date. This range is from 2018 to 2020. That's the date range. So let me take this back to 1,000. So now I want to set a condition because there are customers buying in these dates, or probably there's a system upgrade, and I'm saying that any goods or any sales made before 2019 is made on the old system, where any one made after 2019 is made in the new system. So I want to be sure which of these sales were in the old system, which of these sales is in the new system. So I'm going conditional column now. Remember, all of this is add column. Anything you are doing under this column is add column. And you have some of these features in other things. Like now, you have some of these text features, all these uppercase, lowercase, proper function, the trim, the clean. You also have it in this add column. The only difference is that when it cleans for you, it makes it a new column. So condition now, I'm saying, okay, let's just call it system. So let's imagine that we had a system upgrade. So we want to determine which of the sales was done before the system upgrade and which one was done newly. So if what, let's take dates. So if the sales date is before, let's just is before, what do we pick here? Let's choose our date. Is this is month, this is month, this is year, this is year. So 2019, right? Okay. It's before January, that's 1st of January 2019. Then output as old. Else, this is else, that's if not. You know, we use the if. We have used the if function enough to make this look similar. If not, new. So let's click OK. So it's processing that. You can now see the system now. You can see system now. All of this is new, 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 new. That means all of this is after 2018, because I'm saying if it's before 1st of January 2019, that means all of this is since January 2019. Now let me see if I can let me try and sort my dates so as to show you this. I want to sort that date. Let me show sort date in descending. Let's see that. Okay, so I saw date in ascending. That means from the lowest to the highest. So now you can see old. You can see old. This system column now is showing old. Now, if I cancel that and I'm sorting dates from 2020, you will see new. So that's how to use conditional column. So you can do conditional columns. You will see all manners of conditions there. But first of all, you select the column you are referring to. So that's your reference column. So you can select it. I can say, okay, if price, okay, now you say if price, I don't know what the average price is. Let me see. Where's the price? This is price. Okay, let's pick 200 as our benchmark. Okay, so we can do conditional column and we can go price. You can say if price is equals greater than or equals to, I want to use that, and 200. So the output is what do we call that? What do we call products that have high price? I'm looking for that word now. It's escaping me. I can't find that word now. So let's call it vintage anyway. And I'm not for that word. Premium. Let me just premium. That's premium. So anything that is less than 200 is ordinary or normal. Let me just use normal for that. I can't remember that word. That word is close to close to premium. So that like high valued products. So let's click OK. You can see I didn't name the column. That's why it went back as custom. So I can name it now and call it value. I could have named it before I came here and call it value. So you have that. You have premium, normal. So everybody knows that these ones that are premium are high prices, products that their prices are quite high. So we're calling them premium products, normal products. So for whatever reason, you may need to do this. So let me just take this off. Let me just take them off. Remove. You can remove, you can delete. Remember, if you click on remove other columns, that means you are keeping only the highlighted column. If you are clicking on this remove other columns, you are clicking only the you are keeping only the highlighted column. Let me do it. Okay, remove other columns. You can see everything was deleted. Cancel that. Let me go back my step. So I just want to remove values. So I'm just removing this. Remove. So that's conditional column, and you can see other things. Let me just stop one more thing on. What should I call it? One more thing? No, two more things here. So extract and you can say extract here, extract and format. Those are the last two things I'm going to talk about here. No, one more thing. So extract, format, and I'll do one more thing here. So under columns, extract. Extract is as the way explained. You are extracting something from one column. So like now, if I want to extract from, let me go to something complicated. Let me see. Okay, custom ID. Let me try custom ID. So let me extract from custom ID. So if I say extract length from customer ID, you can see now length 4433. If I go to customer ID now, you can see that this first one is 4. This one is 443. So like names, there are no names here. If there were names here, it's extracting the length of the character. That's what it's doing there. Let me cancel this now. Let me select out. I don't want to select. Let me select out. Okay, so if we say I'm looking for any, there's no character here. Let me use something else. Okay. If you extract these two, let me just extract this. If I use extract here, if I extract length, you will see that extra column. That means this is item cat is 8 characters, BBB is 3 characters, GG is. That's what extract does. So apart from extract, we have other things we can extract there. You can extract first characters, last characters, range, text before delimiter, after delimiter, and things like that. If I go here, let me, because I have a delimiter here. If I go here and I click on this and I'm saying extract and I'm saying first character, it's asking me how many counts. Enter how many starting character you want. So I want 4. Can you see that it has extracted the first 4? So in cases that you want to do a split column, but you want to keep the reference column or the initial column, you can use extract. So let me remove that. We can do the rest like extract last characters, range, text before delimiter. So if I take text before delimiter, so it's asking me what delimiter am I using. Let me use space. Let me just use space. So you can see. If you think that is empty, it's not empty. I put a space before that. Let me cancel this now. I put a space there. If I extract and use delimiter, I've taught you guys delimiter. So I clicked my space bar. So you can see a space here. See the space there. That's what I used. So I've taught you guys delimiter. Delimiter is just the probably a symbol, can be a symbol. It's just something separating something. So name rank now, there's space here. Best, there's best space 1, 2, 9. So that's the limiter. So you can use as much as that for extraction. That's what extraction does. Let me just remove this. We have extract after delimiter, between delimiter, and the rest. So now let me go to format. That's the last thing I want to do here. There was one more thing before we go. So format. Now we're talking about format. Now we are having format lowercase. Remember, we can use format without coming to add column. We can use format without coming to add column because we can change our columns to uppercase, lowercase, trim it, and stuff like that. But all you are doing under add, whatever you are doing under this add column, will add it as a column. Whatever you're doing under this add column, we had it as a column. So let's go. So let's try format. This is format. We want to format everything to lowercase. If I click lowercase, you're having that as a lowercase. So if I format, I want to change everything to uppercase, you're having that as uppercase. Format, I want to trim. There's nothing. I don't think there's any space for it to trim it, but let's go. So there's nothing to trim there. So format, you want to clean. You want to. Okay, now I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something. Let me just, because I don't need, I did these three myself. So let me just remove other columns, and keep the first one that was here. So I want to do something. I want to do something so that we can have it there. So let me go to home. What I want to do is I want to enter data here. So if I click enter data, okay. So I want to enter data there. So I want to clean or trim. So space. Let me just write this. Okay. All right. So okay. All right. So let me just add that table name. I want to clean. Open having a clean here. Okay. Yeah. All right. So what I did was I wanted to add another table when I am in my Power Query editor, when I'm transforming my data. So once you want to add another table entirely for whatever reasons, probably you get a new data and probably you don't want, it's just, it's short, it's small. You know, I did something in last class. I did adding from new source. That's how I brought my sales in. I added my sales from new source. So my sales combined with all the tables I have here. So it's still on the same transform data. Now, what I'm doing now is I want to type what I want to add. So I clicked enter data. That's when I did all of this. So I added that, I called it clean. So I hope you guys understand that. So what I'm trying to do now is I see in add column, I should just have written everything I did in add column. Okay, let me just write it in front. So we did index, we did custom, we did conditional, we did extract, format. So that's where we are. I think that's all we did in column. So I want to try the clean here now. Let me go to add column, formats. So let's trim first. Let's trim. So we can see now the trim eliminated the spaces in front. That's what the trim did. Eliminated the spaces in front. Now let's go to clean. So my clean accepted my, because this is accepting my space as normal, as if I'm typing 3 names here. Now let's I don't know, let me capitalize each word so you can see how it looks like. So capitalizing each word, this is usually the way names names are. Now I'm coming. Table guard column clean capitalizes was text proper. Okay. Is text proper. You can remember the text proper we used in Excel. Text proper. So trim text proper clean capitalize each word text. Let me cancel off that. Remove dark columns. So you can see that the clean is not eliminating the space that is in between because it believes that I intentionally added that space. What is removing is the trim is removing create new columns that contains the value in selected columns without leading and trailing white space. What it did is it removed all the white space in front and behind. Now, clean, create a new column that contains the value in selected column with non-printable characters removed. So these are it fills these printable characters. See. Okay. So that's basically it for the clean and the trim. Let me add preface. Preface is just you're adding something before or you're adding something behind as surface. So when it comes to prefix, like having customer names or customer IDs, and the customer has this code in front of everything, you can add that. Let me just clean this. Let me just clean this. No, and let me trim it. So if I'm adding prefix, I want to add Toby to everything. So you can see Toby in everything. If you're adding suffix, let me format, add suffix. So add it to everything. So that's basically it under formats. And the last thing I'm doing under column, add column, is just one more thing, and that's what we call from examples. Now, let me use this. Let me use this. Mm. Add column from examples. So if you right click it, you pick it and you right click it, add columns from examples. It's loading that. Okay. So let's go. Enter samples you want to create. Enter. Now this one now I'm not separating by names or by whatever. I'm separating by examples. I'm saying Toby is consistent here, so extract it from here. So you can see text before delimiter. Let me cancel this. Let me cancel this. Let me take from my this thing I want to use for it. Where is my from examples? I prepared one for it. I want to use here. View mount column increase by vote. Okay. Let me just keep using that. I can't find the one I wanted to use for it here. So let me just go back here. So right click it, right click whatever column you're taking it from, and you're taking add columns from examples. So it says enter the sample values to create a new column, control plus enter to apply. So you can see F functions, all of them there. So when you click OK, let's go. No samples were provided. So what's my example here? You can see Toby, surface, length 23, all manners. So I'm picking something from here. If I let me choose the other one so you can understand what I'm talking about. AD no AHDY JKI. All right. So you can see that it automatically filled the rest because it feels as like what I'm trying to apply is that these middle rows are the things I am trying to apply from here. So when I click ADYJKI, I'm telling that that's the example I want it to fill the column with. So you can see now that it removed RT here, it removed YYY here, it removed GGGG here, it removed TTTTJJK, whatever that is here. So what example does is you're trying to tell the column, this is what I want you to extract from this data. So it automatically detects if you are extracting a line or a suffix or a prefix or a particular name or a particular section. So what I clicked here was I put whatever was after Toby here, and it detected the rest for me and he extracted it. So text between delimiters. So that's it with examples. You can have so many other ones. You can have numbers, you can have the rest just to do text from examples. So that's it on add columns. So any questions so far on Power Query before we proceed? I have just few ones, just few more to go, and we'll end. We'll be done with Power Query. So why are we going through all this stress on Power Query? So that some of you guys can get used to cleaning your data on Power BI, and any function you need, whatever that function might be, is on Power Query, whatever that function might be. Whether you need to sum, you need to create new measures and columns, you need to clean, you need to extract, you need to whatever you need to transform, whatever you need. That's why we have all of this here. We have the transform here. You can see all you have in transform. You have all you have in home. You have all of the rest, add columns. You even have view to check the integrity of your data. So that's basically, so we just go with just the final 3, 4 things I want to teach in Power Query. Then we'll move on from Power Query, basically. Let me check if there's anybody asking anything here. Okay. I've not been able to attend live class for a while. Now that I'm bringing this up, my assignment for functions is still pending, not yet graded, but other ones are all right. Functions. I think I've addressed this. Anybody that I did not grade your functions, that means there's something wrong somewhere. And I told you guys to drop your name. Only Emmanuel indicated that I should get back to him on what he did in functions. So if your function is not graded, that means there's something wrong with your functions that it was not graded. All right. So let's go back to transform now. We have done all manners on add columns. So let's go back to the transform. So what we want to do in transform now, we want to use this group by. Now, group by is just to group rows based on the values in the current selected columns. So group by, we are basically just grouping rows, and I will show you what I mean by that. So we're back to transform. So now I want to group. What do I want to group? I want to group. Let me see. Let's decide which one I want to use group by for. So if you click on group by, let me click on it. So you want to click on group by. Group by is just grouping, just putting some things together to group them. That's it. So you are grouping. Oh, as I go, I'll show you guys. So you can choose your basic, what you are grouping, but I'm not gonna choose this now. Let me choose advanced. So you can choose the name of your grouping. You can see now you have maths, everything here. You want to add a new column and stuff like that. Moving this change of light here. Okay. Let me go so. All right, let me go sales. So let's group by. So I want to use my advanced grouping, and what do I want to group by? Let me see. Let me group my quantity. So what do I want to group? Let me sum my quantity. Let's just call it. I'll come back here. So I want to sum that, and I want to sort by quantity. All right. Let me add another group in here. Let's see. Where's my yeah, so I want to sum. This is my grouping. My city ID is my grouping. So I chose the sales data set. So my city ID is my grouping. I want to group my quantity. So I want to sum the quantity and probably average the price. So when you click OK, you see, you understand what I'm trying to do. So you can see sum quantity. That means let me duplicate this before I do that so that I can show you guys. Let me duplicate it. I've cancelled this now. So let me duplicate this so that I can show you guys what I'm trying to achieve. So this sales now, right click it and duplicate. So I've duplicated the sales. So you can duplicate, you can drag it up. So the sales are under each other. You can rename by double clicking it. So when you double click, you just rename it. You can write sales 2 is fine. So right click, duplicate. Sometimes when you're working on certain data sets and you are going a lot of routes, you can duplicate it just so that you can easily go back in case, or you can compare. So where am I? So grouping by where I'm choosing the second one now. So we're grouping by what I want to group by. I want to group by my ID. So I want to sum. What am I summing? I want to sum my quantity here. Let me call this sum quantity. So let me click OK. So you have city ID, you have 26, you have 602. So let me go back. Let me go back to sales here. So where's my city ID? Okay. I'm gonna filter it. Select all. Let me remove this. Let me look for one that is easily countable first. Oh, nothing easily countable here. There's none that is easily countable here. Okay, let's go. Sales, city ID. Select all. 26. Okay, filtering that. I'm scrolling out so I can show you guys what I'm doing exactly. So what I did in group by was each and every of the city ID that is 26 was added up. I did a sum of the quantity. So I filtered this now. I can't just go and start doing a lot of that. So when I filtered this are city ID for 26. So you can see the quantity beside it. So what I did by group by is I added all this quantity. You can see all the quantity. So if you add up all this quantity now, it will give you 602. So I was trying to look for one that is smaller so that we can just manually add it so that I can show you guys that is what I did. So group by is just you are grouping results of based on something that is particular. Like now, if we are asking now that okay, what's the total? Okay, let's do this. So if I'm asking what's the sum of price probably in this city, in city 26 now, and you are checking the sales, the total sales from that city. You are checking the total sales from that city. So this is all the sales from that particular city. So that's what we're using the group by for. Let me move this filter first. Let me select all back. Okay. So that is what group by basically does. It groups based on a particular value or based on a particular cell on the column. So now if I'm saying now that I'm back to the number one. So I'm saying that I can group by what else? I can group by dates, that on this particular date. Okay, now yeah, I have dates here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think these 7 are the same thing. So it's easy to calculate. So you can group on date, you can group on quantity, you can group on price, you can group on but on a particular. So if I go here now, let me cancel this now, and I'm saying grouping by. Let's group by. And what are we grouping by? What exactly are we grouping by? What specify this column to the group by and desired output result. So my focus is let's use dates, sales dates, and that's a lot. That's a lot. It's still even calculating. No, let's just okay. That's a lot. Let me not go there again. Customer ID. So let's do average of what price. So average price. And click OK. So this is average price by each customer. This is the average price of everything the customer bought by each customer. Sometimes you can use this like you can use as pivots. Basically, you can use this as pivots to like, okay, you want to pivot and you're dragging your customer ID and you're dragging average price. It will give you this. So that's basically what we're doing by the group by. So you can use the group by to easily get some answers to some queries or some answers to some questions, and easily you get that. I think if you want to try, you just use something that is smaller than this. This is a lot of rows. So I can easily calculate and you know what we're talking about here. But I guess we all get that. So these are customer ID now. So for this customer now, this is the average price of everything this customer bought. Just the same way we have city ID. So this, if you look at it very well, there is no one customer that appears twice. Whereas in the data set, you can see the customer ID, that there are several customers that appeared plenty times. If I filter this customer ID now, let me just select 14 alone. You can see how many times 14 appeared. So there's no customer that appeared once. But when you look at the group by, it has grouped everything by the distinct value. And so you can see all of that. I wanted to talk next on, okay, so I wanted to talk next on splits. Well, we have done splits in the last class. We have done splits. In fact, we have done splits a lot of times. There's no time we would not do splits here. We have done splits a lot of times. So this is split column. We have done it a lot of times. I don't think I should even go there. This is split column. So we want to split it. Probably want to split. But you know this split is under transform. Remember that it is not under add column. So this is under transform. Add column now, if you go to add column now, you are using extract. So you are using extract to text before delimiter. You are doing this and you are putting probably space or probably a comma and you are pressing OK. It will split, it will extract that one out of it. Oh no, we're not extracting this. We are doing split. So split is under transform. So we are doing split. Let's split. We did that in last class. Please split by delimiter space leftmost one. Okay. So it splits it. That's basically what we are doing. So I think we have done enough of split. In fact, we focused so much on split in the last class. Because you will need this one. You will need split. You will split several times. You will split. So I don't think we need to work on that. So we've done split a lot of times in the last class. A whole lot of times. We have done splits. So you can see split column, split by lowercase to uppercase, split by digits to non-digit. You can see this one is non-digit to digit. So if I click non-digit to digit now, you will see that I think I did under all occurrence. Non-digit to digits. Oh, it's not asking my occurrence. Interesting. Okay. The uppercase to lowercase. There's no lowercase here. There's no uppercase here. Okay. All right. So if I split this one now, split this by split column by this is ABC, 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, upper and lower case, digits to non-digits, split by digits to non-digits. You can see that's the split. If I want to split uppercase to lowercase, split uppercase to lowercase. So that's the split, uppercase to lowercase. So that's just basically it. We have done all manners on split, so you can just do that, touch that, and we'll be fine. So I think that's it. Then just few more. Yeah, so let me just touch on two things. Let me go to my dates. Go to my sales. Yes, this is my sales. This is my date here. I want to touch on just two things. Dates. Yeah. You can see what I did here. My date now, I don't want all these months in front of it. So I want to clean this column. I want to use it as just date alone. So you can just come here, click on it under transform. You click on date, you can select what you want. If it's just the year you want, if it's just the month you want. So if I click here now, you see that all of these have been changed to just the year. So same thing for time and the rest. So basically, let's go. This is date time. Let me use date time for it. You can see this now. So if I go here now and I want my time only, you can see time only. This is it extracting just the time only. So let me cancel that. So that's what that does. The date, if I want date only and I want date only, that's date only. I don't want date only, I want the year. That's the year. So that's basically all we are going to be doing underneath this. So dates and date time. Do you have any questions? So I'll just go through the slides I prepared for this that they have not gone through. I just want to teach you guys practical aspects of anything you want to do, anything you want to clean, anything you want to adjust, any column that you want to adjust, any data that you need to adjust in Power Query. There's one more thing that we do as next week. That's on DAX functions. So do we have any question? So far, so good. Do we have any question? Please, how do you start cleaning here in Power Query? Ebuka, you load it. Just click load. You load. You don't. Sorry. Click on transform. You bring it in and you click on transform. So you don't just. It's not just about load. You just transform it. So when you bring anything in, you will click transform. So if you go, let me go. I think I'm still sharing my screen. So if I close and apply this, let me close and apply this first. Like I mentioned, if you are dealing with a heavy data set and you're working a lot on it, always click on apply. so that your changes won't take long. Because if I do close and apply now, everything I'm doing now, we start applying it one by one. So that's I'm trying to show it, but Power BI has almost gone off because of my close and apply. Because it's all at once. Sometimes it affects Power BI because it's quite heavy. We deal with every data set. So be applying it when you're working on it, so that when you do close and apply, it does not go on hiatus or does not take time. Like now, my Power BI is almost not responding now because my close and apply was done at once. If I've been applying it, I don't know if you guys can hear that beep. So if I've been applying it one after the other, it won't give me that issue. So you can see that it's still applying it. So what you're asking me is this: you either use get data or use Excel workbook. If it's an Excel workbook, you can use Excel workbook. Sometimes your data can come even as a web HTML. It can be HTML, it can be a website, it can be whatever it can be. So you have a ton of things you can get your data from. There are a lot you can get your data from. It's still applying. I think has it finished applying? Still working on it, still applying it. So you can just click on get data or you click on Excel. What is Excel? Just use Excel workbook. So once you load it, then you click on transform. You see load, transform, and cancel. Just click on transform. So it goes to your Power Query. Now, if you are working on Power Query already, I want to bring something in. That's what I did when I brought sales in. So that one, you go to new and you add it to it. I think it's done. I think it's done. Yeah, I think it's done. So yeah, click on get data. System. No, it's still, yeah. Click on get data. Click on Excel because I'm using Excel anyway. So if you go to desktop, I have it here. So when you click on it, let me click on one of it. Let me just click on it. Let me click on sales. You click open. It's loading. So when you click on open, you will see the options on what you want to do there. So that's it. So in the sales data set that I brought in, there are 4 sheets there. Or 4 tables. This is customer, geography, items, and sales. I brought in only sales the other time. So if you click on it, you will see a preview here. So if you want to take it to your Power Query, just click on transform data. If you want to work on it, if you have worked on it already, probably have worked on it on Excel already, you don't need to transform it. Just click on load. But if you want to take it to Power Query, click on transform data. If you don't want to work on it, click on load. If I click only on sales, it will bring only sales in. But if I want everything to come in, I select everything. This data is a little bit empty. It's a little bit heavy. So just click on it, select on it, and select transform data. So that will be it. Do you have any question? Okay. So let me just cancel this because I don't need it. How do you, yeah. Good evening about attendance. So, do anybody have any other question in Power Query before we move on from Power Query? Anybody have any question? Power Query. Remember, your next assignment is on Power Query. The assignments are beginning on Saturday. If the portal is going to be open on Saturday, the person who work is the tech person working on the portal is going to be available on Saturday because it's not a work day. If you upload the assignment on Saturday, if not, then it's be on Monday. So your next assignment is going to be Power Query, like I mentioned earlier. So you guys are going to be cleaning a data set, and you're going to be sending me your PBIX file. If it does not upload on your portal, zip the file, that's compress the file, change to a zip file, and upload it to your portal. Okay. So this is all of what we had before. This is all we had before for all of this. You can see the data underneath data here, all the data that we used, the sales data. Uh, Let me, if I could sales data, what am having sales inputs. My sales should even bring me more. My sales should bring me more. It's so few. Okay, yeah. Costs, customer ID, item ID, order, price. I drop price here. That's price. Price and city ID. I've done this last week, but we will do that. Majorly, that's what we're doing next week. Not majorly. One of the things we are doing next week is this. So, one of the things I think, because our major thing is going to be tax, data analysis expressions. That's the major thing that we're going to be doing next week in Power BI. So that's basically what we have for that. Is accounts. Why is accounts? So can I filter that? Filter my city ID. All right. So do you have any other question? This I'm not going to dashboard today. We're doing that next week. Okay. So let me just run through the slides that I was prepared before. So Power Query Editor. So Power Query is a powerful data connection tool that simplifies the process of connecting, combining, and refining data source, making them ready for analysis. Power Query is crucial for initial stages of data analysis. It helps to import and transform raw data into structured formats, enabling easier and more effective data analysis within Power BI. So data cleaning involves the process of detecting, correcting. I've done a lot on data cleaning. Incorrect or inaccurate records from data sets. It ensures that only high quality data is used in data analysis. So the significance is just accuracy, efficiency, reliability, and all of that. So Power Query in Power BI offers a robust platform for assessing cleaning. That's what I'm saying is robust in the sense that you have a lot you can do on Power Query. It's just that many times, the data sets we get have been compiled, have been simplified, that's been simplified, and what you're doing is not much, basically, many times. But sometimes you will meet the crazy ones, the crazy data sets. Let me I'm coming. Let me, because I don't want my search. Let me stop this. I want to search for a particular data set. I want to search for a particular data set that I used one time, I think some years back. I don't know if you see on this system. Okay, I think I found one of it. Oh, this one is already this has been worked on already. This has been worked on already. This has been worked on already. In fact, it has been worked on. Let me see if I can find. Let's see if I can find the CSV file. I can't find a raw file. It's on the worked on file I can find here. This is work. This one has been worked on. Let me just show my screen so you guys can see. What I'm talking about. Let me show my screen back so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So this is a data set. This is a data set. This has been worked on. We have had splits and stuff like that. You can see text. You can see all manners here. This is a data set. It's a data set. So those kind of data sets now you have a lot to do. But many times you guys get data sets in tables already prepared or almost prepared to the end, and you just have to work on it basically. So let me run through what are my slide as I was saying. So support a range of data files and stuff like that. So I'll send this because I've talked about everything. I'll just send this to with your this will be one of the class notes. So I'll just send it. So we've talked about all of this. Yeah, I've talked about all of this. I've talked about all of this. So I'll just send this so that you guys can just read through some of my class notes. You guys can just read through this and you will see it. All right, do you have any question before we go tonight? Any question before we go tonight on Power BI, Power Query Editor? Stop presenting. Any question? All right. So in the absence of any question, so we'll continue tomorrow. And so far we are now done with Power Query Editor. We're going to other things. We'll be focusing on dashboard tomorrow. Then from there next week we'll focus on DAX and dashboards, and we'll be done with it. So I'll just use this sales data set. I don't want to send a new data set so that in case the portal is not, in case we can't upload those files by tomorrow. So we're gonna be using this sales data set, this one that we've used. We're gonna be using it tomorrow to create a dashboard. And you guys are gonna see it. You guys those that have their system can work along with me, and we will have that tomorrow. And next week we have our DAX expressions and also other dashboards. So we're gonna be having an assignment Saturday, maybe Monday for data cleaning. They're going to be having an assignment next week on dashboard creation, and that will be the end of Power BI. So if you guys have in your own personal research, if you have questions on Power BI that you don't understand, or when you guys are working on it, personally, just let me know and I'll answer any questions that I think the reason why you don't have so much questions because people have not started using Power BI. When you start using Power BI, you have questions. So I think the assignment will push us to at least work on Power BI and we can go from there. So thank you guys for being here tonight. We'll see you tomorrow by 6 p.m. and we'll continue from there to go to dashboard creation once again. So have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day and stay safe.
n'ọkụ 15 ya ka anyị jizie elu ọ bụrụ na nke a ka a ga-eji nke a na-eyi mba ọ ga-azụ ọkụ si m na-azụ chacha